If you're thinking about moving to the North Austin suburbs, you've probably seen Round Rock, Georgetown, Hutto, and Pflugerville all over your searches. And on paper, they all look similar. Similar price point, similar homes, similar distance to your commute to Austin. But here's the truth. Living in each of these areas feels completely different. And if you choose the wrong one for your lifestyle, your commute, and your long-term goals, you're going to feel it every single day. So in this video, I'm going to give you something that you will not find on Zillow, the real inside breakdown on what these suburbs actually feel like to live in, who thrives in each one, and where you're going to feel most at home. All right, guys, I'm Brandy Atkins. I'm a real estate advisor here in the North Austin area, and I have helped people relocate here every single day for 25 years. If you are trying to figure out where you actually fit in, not just what looks good online, I've put together a free North Austin relocation guide. It breaks down the commutes and the times and the schools and the neighborhoods and what life actually looks like in each area. It's going to be linked below, and honestly, it's going to save you a ton of time. Now, before we jump into each suburb, I want to give you a quick reality check. Most people start their searches by filtering homes by price. Totally normal, but price tells you what you can afford. It doesn't tell you where you actually belong. And after 25 years of helping families move here, I can tell you that people who are the happiest with their moves are the ones who chose the right area first and the house second, because your daily life is shaped by where you live, your commute, your weekends, where you grab coffee, where your kids go to school. That's what we're really deciding here. We're going to start today with Round Rock. Round Rock is what I call the suburb that just works. It's about 15 miles north of Austin, and it sits right in the middle of everything. It's close to major employers. It's close to the domain tech corridor. It's close to everything that you're going to need day to day. And there's a reason it consistently ranks as one of the best places to live in the entire country. Round Rock has figured it out. You've got Dell headquarters here, strong infrastructure, top performing schools, healthcare, shopping, parks. It's all built out and it's all functioning. And that matters more than people realize when you're moving somewhere new. Now, let me paint a picture of what life actually looks like to live here. Your weekends may look like taking your kids to Old Settlers Park, which is an over 600-acre park with sports fields and trails and open spaces, or heading over to Dell Diamond to catch a baseball game, or spending the day at the Kalahari, which is our largest indoor water park. It's actually the largest indoor water park in the country. Now, Round Rock is also known as the sports capital of Texas. So tournaments, events, youth sports, they're happening every day. You are going to see them as you are driving along in your daily life. You're going to see a soccer game to the right. You're going to see a baseball game to the left. It's active and it's structured and it's easy. And here's something that most people don't expect. There are over 50 live music events happening here every single week. So it's not boring. It's very balanced. There's a lot to do. Now, what is the trade-off? Round Rock isn't going to give you the emotional wow factor. It's not the most charming. It's not the cheapest. It's safe, it's smart, and it's a long-term play. Now, let's shift into Georgetown, because this is where things feel completely different. Georgetown has something that most suburbs don't. It's got soul. Now, this is where you're going to find what's officially called the most beautiful town square in Texas. And when you walk it, you get it. Historical buildings, local restaurants, wine bars, a real downtown that people actually use. It feels like a place out of a Hallmark movie. It's not just a suburb. There's a lot of character in Georgetown. Now, if you want to layer in the natural beauty that surrounds Georgetown, things like the San Gabriel River running through the town, Blue Hole is this incredible limestone swimming area just minutes from downtown. You've got Lake Georgetown for hiking and boating and getting outdoors. Just rolling hill country views that you just don't get in other suburbs. So life here feels slower. It feels more intentional. This is where people move when they want a lifestyle, when they want something that feels different. Now, here's the reality. Georgetown is further north. So if you're commuting into Austin every day, that drive is going to be part of your life. So this becomes the trade-off. You gain charm and space and lifestyle, but you give up proximity and convenience. Now, this is usually where people start to feel stuck because they're deciding between something like Round Rock that's practical and something like Georgetown that feels like a lifestyle upgrade, but then budget comes into play. And that's where Hutto and Pflugerville completely changed the conversation. All right, let's talk Hutto. And honestly, this is one that most people overlook, but it shouldn't be. Hutto is one of the fastest growing cities in the entire area. And right now, it's still in that early growth phase, which means you're getting more house for your money than almost anywhere else. But before we even get into that, you need to know about the hippo. So the Hutto hippos, why is a hippo such a big deal in this area? Back in 1915, a circus train stopped in Hutto and a hippo escaped in a nearby creek. And somehow that turned into the town's identity. Today, Hutto is known as the hippo capital of Texas, and that is not because we have actual hippos running around the city. There are hippo statues all over town, just statues painted. They're decorative and they're so cute, and it's just a part of the community now. And honestly, it kind of gives you an idea of the vibe in Hutto. It's fun, it's family oriented, it's community driven. Now, from a lifestyle perspective, Hutto still feels like a small town. You've got the historic old town buildings from the 1800s, local shops, and that slower pace. You've got newer neighborhoods, new construction with still room to grow as well. And it's been ranked as one of the top places in Texas to raise a family. Now here's the trade-off. It is still developing. So you may drive further for restaurants and retail is still catching up, but it's getting there. But if you're thinking long-term, this is where people get ahead of the curve. All right, let's jump into Pflugerville. Pflugerville is all about location and strategy. This is one of the only suburbs in Central Texas where you have access to I-35, 45, and 130. And this is a bigger deal than it sounds because it gives you flexibility. You can get to Austin, Round Rock, the airport, without being stuck in one traffic pattern. And if you've ever sat on I-35 traffic, you will understand how valuable that is. Now let's talk about the lifestyle. You've got the Stonehill Shopping Center, one of the largest retail centers in the entire Austin metro, Typhoon, Texas Water Park, Lake Pflugerville with a full walking trail, kayaking, swimming, everything. And then over 40 miles of trails and more than 1,500 acres of parks. So this is a very livable area, and you're only about 15 to 20 minutes from Austin. Now here's the trade-off. Because of that location, it is busier, more traffic, more density, less quiet than something like Georgetown or Hutto. But if convenience matters to you, then it's hard to beat. All right, let's simplify this. If you want the most balanced, all-around option, we're talking Round Rock. If you want charm, character, and lifestyle, Georgetown. If you want affordability and future growth, Hutto. And if you want location and convenience, Pflugerville. Now, I know the big question, which one is the best? And the truth is there isn't one. There's just the one that fits your life, your priorities, your routine, your long-term goals. If you're relocating and you're trying to narrow down where to start or just feeling overwhelmed by all the options, this is exactly where people get stuck. And this is exactly what I help clients figure out every single day. You're thinking about making a move to Round Rock, Georgetown, Hutto, Pflugerville, or anywhere in the North Austin suburbs. Here's what I recommend. Before you go too far down that Zillow rabbit hole, download my free North Austin relocation guide below. It's going to help you figure out which areas actually fit your lifestyle, your commute, and your long-term goals so you don't end up second-guessing your decision later. And if you're at that point where you're thinking, where do we actually belong? That's exactly what my team and I are here to help with. We work with people relocating here every single day. So whether you're moving soon or you're just starting to plan, reach out anytime, call, text, or email. And if this video helped you, please make sure that you like and subscribe, drop a comment, and let me know which area you're considering.